All right, good morning, everybody. I'm going to do a video. It's January 19th. It's a Monday, just got in. We are closed today. We reopen on Thursday. And basically, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea what's going on back here. We're still in the process of clearing out our tech bay to make it eBay listing, eBay packing. It's kind of a mess. This is a death pile right back here. This was part of like the area in the back that we kind of just put everything at one spot. So this is where we're going to list. I put some stuff on the wall over there. We created that. I'm going to go into the sales floor. First, we're going to talk about eBay. So we've been rocking this new layout since earlier this month. It's actually been working out really well. Our eBay is nice and organized. It's really definitely speeding up the process. So just gonna kind of walk through and just show you guys again like what we did. This is gonna be our death aisle. So I think this week I'm gonna start tackling that whole big pile right there, and then there's also this right here. So kind of give you an update on the weekend. Our sales, they were not as expected. I thought I was actually gonna have more, but I think the problem that we had was there was not enough variety of inventory. The stuff that we did have, we totally sold a lot of them. I mean, not really a lot, but because the $14 bin day, there wasn't a lot of bin stuff in there. I think there was like 70 items that are under seven, or I don't know if it's under 70 to like 35 or something like that. That's what I was hoping that was going to move. We did sell some VIP items, so I'll go through all that. This is the clothing. We sold more clothing than we did of the bin items. And then I also going to walk you through all the pallets that we got on Friday. So this is all of our bins. Right now we're basically putting it by category, and then once the bins get filled, we will start doing it by size. But for right now, it's just a processing delay because there's so much that needs to be processed, but there's so little time. So here's that. So that one's full, men's shorts. Customers were really excited because we did put out some premium clothing, and they were willing to pay our $10 on the premium clothing as well as the $5 for the bins. The bin items for $5 sold the most. We have two watermelons right there slated to be put out today and organized. And then I'm just going to kind of walk you through the bin. We did get feedback that customers liked our idea, and you know, the people that bought the stuff knew what they were looking for. So this is all health and beauty. I did buy another load of health and beauty to add to this, but I don't know if it's going to get here in time. But now we have to continue the Thursday $14 because Saturday was $14 just to get it started. But we got these signs up here, and it actually turned out where there was 3 brackets that used to hold TVs up here in the old Best Buy, and we just put our signs up there. So this will help people understand our pattern for the days. I know that it's going to be kind of a little tricky on Thursday just because we sold some of the $14 items, and then what happened was you know, the customers were like, well, why didn't you start it at $4? And I'm like, well, because the items in here are worth way more than $4. You'll have to come back next Saturday. So we were explaining to people. They understood that if they don't see the value, to come back the next day. And I believe that we have a good variety. There's still over 1,000 items. It doesn't look like it, but there's still over 1,000 items in there. And then what we're going to do is after the $4 day, we're going to pull everything, and then we're going to fill bags. So what's this over here? This is pallets. I made a post on Facebook Marketplace. I had tons and tons of interest. We have a lot of people that are going to be stopping by. I have 2 people stopping by today. My pallets started at $500, and then the ones that I saw that there were more items that was worth $500 on there, I bumped up the price. We are going to see how this works because this one, like these ovens right here, we looked them up, and before the sale, they're 1,000 retail, and there's 2 of them there. So we'll see how this works out. I really want my customers to be making money on these. And basically, I think what's going to happen is in the beginning, we put this in our group, and I think what's going to happen in the beginning, there's going to be customers that see things on these pallets that they want for their personal use. And then what they're going to do is they're going to buy the whole pallet and then just sell the rest of the stuff. And we had that happen last time that we did this. So what's nice about this, guys, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I basically spread everything out. You can walk around these pallets, and I know that other not bin, but warehouses that sell pallets, they crunch everything up because they want, they want to load up their warehouse. Right now, we have the luxury of having space. So my customers, the last time we did this with pallet sales, I did the same thing. My customers actually like this idea where they can walk around the whole pallet and they can see exactly what's on here. So this one's got like a ride-on. You can see a rug. So then there's no surprises, but there is blank boxes. And what we're going to do is explain to our customers, like, listen, we're doing this blindly. We don't have manifests for this stuff. We don't know exactly 100% what's on these loads. So you just have to just look at the pallet and make the determination if this is going to work for you or not. And then we do disclose that, parts could be missing, things can be broken, stuff like that. So we're doing everything that we can to make sure that our customers are getting the best value by us explaining what's going on with them. So yeah, they're 7 foot tall, so that's going to show you that, the products on there are kind of bulky. And then we do have a delivery option as well. So more to come on this. I'm going to tell you guys how it goes. Like I said, there's tons of interest on these. I posted it yesterday and I was responding to messages all day yesterday for that. So we took down this gondola, and that was actually the one that was over here. I'm going to move over here and just kind of show you the layout, what we decided to do. We put some tables here just in case it gets busy and customers want to open packages. We have to monitor this because we don't want people messing things up by taking parts out and leaving them around. So I gave them a little spot to do that with. And then over here, we put the showcases over here. It used to be in a long row, but now it's over here. I found some tools in the back, so the tools are here. I did sell like 6 Makita batteries yesterday or Saturday, and I sold a charger to one of my customers that is a regular. So he was really happy. I gave him a really good deal. These are going to be basically the way I'm going to price these is I'm going to pull them up on eBay, and I'm going to do about 25% less of what the last sold price is. So that's kind of like my idea for that. So the cash wrap didn't move. We were able to move through customers as we were busy. The whole store we did from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock on Saturday for opening day, and our customers were here nonstop. I wish I would have had more product because I'm pretty sure we could have at least doubled that number. We hit about $2,600, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but what I did notice is for us to start right back up on a Saturday, our customers dove right in. So I think that this time around we're going to have a lot more customers walking through the door, and that's what we need. So let's walk through what's going on in here. So this is our VIP area. We took all the stuff that was brand new and we priced it super, super good. And actually, if you look at these prices on eBay versus what we have in the store, these are just, it's a no-brainer. I sold a Dyson for $300 Saturday. I sold one of these Philips Sonicare, is actually the IQ. I sold that for $110, $249 retail. So basically where I'm getting my idea for my numbers is I'm looking up at the eBay and I'm just going off of last solds and then marking it from there. And my customers were ecstatic, the ones that bought all this stuff, because they said no matter what, they're going to keep coming back here and watching what we're doing because they saved a ton of money. So here's our clothing pricing here. So we got the bins, $5, the kids, $5, the premium, $10, and then we also have the outerwear prices marked. So basically with this, as we fill this whole thing, I don't have a lot of racks. This is what I got. I got a couple more in the back, but what I'm going to do is try to make this bigger. And I think as we get our general merchandise back, because I did decide on Saturday, because of the turnout versus the sales, we need to be getting general merchandise. So what we're going to do is we're not going to go with the percentage off retail model, positioning our product pricing. We're basically going to put the stuff out kind of like the VIP, and we're going to basically do right around 30% markup from retail, or actually from 70% off basically for that. So that's what we're going to be. But it's going to be 30% of retail, but rounded up to the next 10. This is going to be the area we're going to put products. And basically with this is all going to be kind of like a VIP section for general merchandise. I think what I'm going to do is take all this clothing, move it to the other side, and then use that area over there where I got these other pallets as clothing as well. So I think that once we get the general merchandise loads, I haven't gotten one yet, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically take that, the side I just showed you, fill it with general merchandise, and then put the clothing over here. So the clothing pallets that I have here, this is all clothing that when we closed, I packaged it all up. I put it on pallets. I mean, these were already on pallets, but we are now going to sell them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it at $1 a piece and basically explain to my customers, listen, if you take this pallet to a swap meet, you put $3 on each garment, you're going to 3 times your money. And that's how we're going to position it. So for these ones. And then now when we come over here, I have these kids' shoes. I'm going to sell these for $2 a pair, and I'm going to tell customers that they can easily get $5 a pair for them all day long, because they are, you know, they're name brand. You know, there are sizes on those sandals, but the water shoes, I mean, they're Disney, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Now these right here, these were all the inventory that was in our watermelons, and then basically these are going to be a huge mix of stuff that we were selling to our customers during our watermelons, the bin days for the clothing. So there's a little bit of mix on everything. There are name brands in there. These ones here are going to be more people that want more premium brands. I know that there's Carter's in there. There's Sam's Club clothing in there. And then basically there's other stuff that we had on the floor all kind of mixed in. So basically, full disclosure, guys, we fully disclose what's going on with everything. So when our customers come in, they're going to see that inside this Gaylord, that's the sizes. It's all women's. And it doesn't say women's on there, but we're going to put that on there. So there's the sizes there. This one is mixed. This was kind of like towards the end, I think. And then this one right here is another miscellaneous one. So I have a ladder. We're gonna let the customers like kind of step up on the ladder, and if they need to take a look inside, they'll take a look inside. So yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Let me just fix this. A little snafu for our gimbal. This DJI, I'm not really a fan of it. I wish I would have just got one that doesn't do motion moving. But we're gonna see how that goes with this thing, because I might have to just get a basic one where it doesn't move around, because I think it likes to follow things. So here's all of our pallets here. These are all 4-ways. I like these because you can directional place them if you need to put them straight or sideways. It's very easy to do that. I held on to these ones over here. Once we build up to about 120 of them, I have a local pallet guy that comes and picks them up, and he gives me, I believe, $3 a piece or $2 a piece for them. So to me, that's good because it helps me recoup a little bit for that. So this wall right here is just all of our empty watermelons. We kind of are using this to block off the back area. I did have some rope that I put up to keep people out of the back. This is what the back area looks like. This is our like overflow storage. This is where if we need to be doing any major processing or storing, we're going to keep all this like this, just so we have access to a big open area to work where our customers don't get in the way with what we're trying to do. And obviously, only being open 3 days a week is going to help, because it's going to give us a lot of time where we don't have customers, you know, asking for assistance and then, you know, stuff like that. And we have been having to ring people. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I don't know what's going on with the building. We are still being delayed, so we did have to reopen. A lot of our customers were happy to see that we stayed here. There were a few people that kind of were confused what was going on, and I had to kind of explain to them that, you know, it's an indefinite situation. We have no idea what's going on with when we're going to be moving out. So this is all stuff back here that we're going to have to kind of work through when we have downtime. My focus is going to be on the sales floor. It's not going to be back here, but I did kind of gather everything around. Here's our garbage pile from everything that I cleaned out in the tech bay. And then what I'm going to do is put them in those watermelons. And then once those things get filled, we bring them to the dumpster that's outside. It's a community dumpster. I'm not going to be buying any 30-yard dumpsters for now until we know that we can fill it, because last time I had a really hard time filling that. And I want to make sure that I'm not wasting money when I have free garbage pickup with the community. We basically didn't use that community garbage because we were producing so much cardboard and broken items and stuff like that. So I was paying for my own dumpster, but now since we're not bringing in loads that we're processing, we can basically just take that little bit of garbage and then just kind of sprinkle it in the trash can every week when they pick up. The nice thing is it's right behind my building. I hear when the garbage truck comes, so I kind of have first dibs on filling it up, and we're not going to take it and just hog it. We're going to just, like I said, sprinkle it in. That's why I have those watermelons back there. So yeah, this is where we're at, guys. I think that full disclosure is a really good thing on these pallets. I'm hoping that my customers take this opportunity and start, reselling, and in that way I can start building up my crowd. And like I say, I had a whole bunch of people that were responding to my ads, so I know that the demand is there. I just got to get them in the door, and then when they're in the door, I got to talk to them and actually just, sell the value, and then find out like what they're trying to do. Are they trying to sell a marketplace? Are they trying to, fill their own needs? Like what's the deal? Are they doing garage sales? Are they going to swap meets? Stuff like that. Because then I can start building up my clientele, and then I can start buying loads specifically for my customers. And then once I kind of dial in, I think by the end of summer, I should have it pretty dialed in on who's buying from me and what types of items, and then we can just start gearing our purchases towards that. So as you can see, guys, we did a really good job cleaning up. Everything's kind of clean and organized. There are some little nuisance piles everywhere, but I think it's controlled chaos at this point. So if you have any comments or concerns, or you want to, say anything, ask a question, go into the comments, put that. You can like and subscribe. We're basically looking to show you guys what happens when your building is given up. You have to move out, but then what happens when you stay because of delays, and then what happens when you don't have the inventory to get ramped back up. And that's what we're at right now. We do not have all the inventory that we had before. Our sales are going to show that. Our sales numbers are going to show that. And then what we have to do is we have to slowly build up with the right inventory and get our offering. And then also, and I have to keep in mind at any time, I have a 45 days notice that I'm going to be given once it's time to leave. And I need to make sure that this business model can be, moved very simply, and we don't have to do a lot of discounting to get out, to get our inventory. I think what's going to happen is when my customers understand what's going on, when it comes time for us to move, we're not going to have people walking through the door trying to get us to liquidate our inventory like last time, because we did sell at a loss mostly from what we could have got with all the inventory that we got rid of. I mean, this whole store was filled, guys. If you guys go back and look at all the videos, you'll see that it's a drastic change, and we are basically just skimping by right now with what we have for our inventory offering. I don't recommend liquidating if you guys are going to be moving. I recommend just moving, and then just basically just making sure when you store your inventory, you store it in a way that you can quickly get it out and get it stocked on your sales floor with your new one. So I think the new location, we're going to try for something anywhere from 7 to 10,000 square feet. The only problem is there's only a few locations that are available at this time, and 2 out of 3 that I see are actually with no docks. So that's going to be a tricky one, guys, because I really like my dock that I have. Actually, we have 2 docks right now. Unloading a truck without a dock is kind of a pain in the butt, especially in the winter or in the weather. It gets kind of hairy with, everybody needs to be in tune with themselves that's involved with that, because there's a lot of, slips and falls that can happen. There's a lot of times that the pallets are not standing up straight. So you got to make sure that when you take it off the truck with a forklift and lower it, it's not going to fall over. You just got to make sure that whoever's involved with that scenario understands that there's a lot of danger with that, and that's why I don't like having no dock, because it opens you up for more disasters with that. So yeah, so tell me if you like what you see. Tell me if you think that I should be doing things differently. Like and subscribe, and then keep an eye on us, guys, because we're still not out of the woods yet. There's a lot of things that we're going through with turmoil with our location trying to ramp back up, getting the right inventory, And then I think the traffic is going to be there from the get-go because, like I said, Saturday we saw a lot of people get right in there and get right back into our store and fill their carts. So yeah, so what do you think, guys? Pretty cool, or are we just gonna just be you know, in this situation just trying to chance it at this point? Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And then make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks.